Oke guys, balik lagi kita ke game. Ini judulnya The Wreck, itu katanya tentang seorang penulis gitu. Kita cek dulu bahasanya, cuma bahasa Inggris doang ya. Audionya oke. Terus gimana kita coba ini apa? Oke. Cara bawahnya. Wow, grafiknya bagus banget ya. Ada lembah. Oke, kita di sebuah kota. Ada kucing, ada tempat pemberhentian bus. Ada mobil yang sedang bergerak warna merah, kayak sepertinya ini kita kah? Oke. Ya, kita lewat The Wreck. Oke, teman-teman, welcome to the game yang berjudul The Wreck ya. Kita langsung start aja. Oh, ini bagus banget sih openingnya. Kayak game-game ini gitu ya. Aku suka game-game seperti ini. Kita lagi di rumah sakit. Kita mau ngecek siapa gitu. Oke, inilah kita kayaknya. I have a confession. I have graphic romantic comedies. Aku punya, ya. It's a cliché. I can't help it. I love them. All those movies have that scene, you know. The girl is at her wit's end. She's been crying. The makeup running. She looks like a zombie. She's done. Which is when Ryan Gosling knocked on her door to coax her out. Miss.
Shit. That sounds
Something like Ryan Gosling. See, this is the problem with my life in a nutshell. It's not romantic and it's certainly not a comedy. Alright, where am I? What happened? Terus gimana kita? Ini apa? Terus gimana? Terus gimana nih? Kok nggak ada petunjuknya?
I felt
woozy, then really nothing hot.
hot, and I guess that I fainted.
Oh, kita jadi katanya tuh pingsan gitu.
And that's putting it mildly. I'll be alright though.
Are you sure?
Sure.
As if I could be sure of anything. Still, I should probably update my guardian angel. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe there's lying on this filthy floor.
Yes, I'm sure I'm good.
I'm sure. I'm good. I just had a little bit of a moment. A big moment. But it's over now. Sorry, I ducked out. I'm already feeling much better. I can hardly tell her the truth, can I? Most people don't actually want you to be honest with them. I'll be out in just a second.
Kita ikutin aja
Those
ceritanya.
weren't here before. Do you think they have any idea where they are?
I'm sure this comes as a shock, but it is crucial that you understand the situation. Your mom had a brain aneurysm. Do you know what that means?
Mom. Funny. I could never get myself to call her mom. She's always been Marie to me. As I understand it, it's a weakened artery wall?
Correct. And that artery ruptured, which caused a hemorrhage. It is a serious situation. We need to prepare for whatever happens next very quickly indeed.
I've watched enough Grey's Anatomy to know that this is not good.
Yes.
Serious? I What can I do?
Anything related to medical care will be my team's responsibility. But you are her trusted advocate.
I'm
so
sorry,
you should be
her what
aware.
now?
Do you not remember? This is the reason we called you. We have your name and your number, which means that you signed the release.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
And since she is not able to express her will, it falls to you to speak on her behalf. But I presume you discussed that when you went through the process. So you must know that there are a number of options to consider.
I don't believe it! She put my name on the form without asking me. She must have forged my signature. It's hardly a surprise. She's always done that kind of stuff. But I'm not making any important decisions. I've had my share of this kind of responsibility, and it didn't turn
Jadi
out
kita
well.
itu ngeklik
However,
di
my
tanda-tanda
dear
merahnya ini
mother
kayaknya deh.
doesn't seem to understand.
Tuh,
Of
kalau
course,
misalkan di
Jan
tanda
will have her
merahnya itu
say,
kita nggak bisa
and if we
ngeklik.
disagree, all hell will break loose. Pitting us against one another at a time like this, that's exactly what my mother would do. I feel trapped, like a fish in a barrel. Oh, come to think of it, I would love that. A 30-second memory, and not a care in the world. Fear me, sharks, for I am the terror of the oceans. That reminds me of the nickname I got during swim class in middle school. Sea hag. Haters, all of them.
I'm sorry, Miss Fortin.
Demange. I went back to my maiden name.
I'm sorry, that wasn't in your file. Listen, I understand that this is all very sudden, but we don't have a lot of time. We need to focus.
We do indeed.
Coba kita bersikap dari
Why do you think I'm here?
Let me be clear, miss. I'm not your enemy. I'm just the on-call physician. So we can work together to help your mother, or we can wait 7 hours, 22 minutes, and 17 seconds. And then I can go home, and you can pick up the conversation with Dr. Zorzan instead. But I should warn you, Zorzan is an old coot.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. Okay. I guess I deserve that one.
It's okay. I understand. It's not an easy situation. Our major concern right now is the hemorrhage is spreading. There's the risk of a cerebral vasospasm. That is a complication which could severely affect her brain.
Is she going to die?
We're doing our best to make sure that doesn't happen. But there could be long-term consequences. This sort of event severely impacts the body, and mental functions may also be impaired. I need to know if you and your mother will be able to deal with that sort of complication.
No, it can't be. What do you mean?
To be completely frank, if we're able to pull your mother through this, there's only a small chance she'll be like she was before.
Small? How small?
Smaller than that. In all probability, she will never be quite the same. Some people would prefer not to keep living under such circumstances. That rather their medical care were geared more around letting go as gracefully as possible. What I need to know is, what would your mother want?
I don't know how to answer that.
all
Last time she
or
told me she
nothing.
wanted something, it was
Jadi ini game cuman untuk ini ya,
to be in MoMA. Excuse me?
ketik-ketik doang, tap-tap.
MoMA, the museum in New York.
Miss Demange, Wait, your mother's that Marie Demange? The artist?
Ah, there it is. Works every time. Once people figure out who Marie is, snap! Their whole demeanor changes. They feel like they know her somehow. Yeah, the Marie Demange. And I'm her assistant, I guess.
Karena gamenya dari
I
Prancis,
handle
jadi
the business,
masih
the
ada
management, the
anime
press,
Prancisnya.
so that she can be fully dedicated to her art, you see? Anyway, the other day, I got a call from Centre Pompidou. They want to do a retrospective on her life and work. Can you imagine? The billboards, the crowds, the press, the whole shebang. And I'm like, hell yeah! I hop into my car, I rush over to tell her, I run into the workshop, yelling, and you know what she said? Did you hear from Mama? Ugh. Someone had told her they were considering her Self-Portrait 8, a canvas from her latest series. A whole exhibit in Paris, on the other hand, she didn't care. So, that's my mother. Most of the time, I don't know. I have no idea what she wants.
I know what I'm asking isn't easy. I can give you a little time to think.
Like that would change anything. Yeah. I suppose I need to think about it. I'm sorry, I gotta go.
Ini nggak ada pilihan lain, nggak usah ngomongin.
I know what she'd say, but I'm running away again. What did she expect? That I just show up and what? Decide whether she lives or she dies? I don't even know how I'm supposed to make it to the end of the day, let alone...
Tabrakan. Apa nih?
I remember
Flashback.
Diane and I found an injured bird in the backyard. It was tiny. I think it was around the time Marie had set up her new studio in the sunroom. Now that I think of it, that was also my first experience with death. In fact, I also had a really weird dream that night. Something about that day always seemed off. I never figured out why. And why am I thinking about this now?
Klik kiri untuk mengulang, klik kanan untuk advance. Coba kita klik kanan. Nah, ini kita ngapain sih? Tulisannya sih.
I think I saw a big shadow moving down the hallway that night. I imagined a monster bird was visiting us. For a long time, I thought it was just a strange dream.
Windows pelan-pelan, ternyata bisa nggak mundur lagi. Mana? Kayak tulisan juga deh. Ya, balik lagi.
Yeah, Diane was so proud of packing her own suitcase. Her father came to pick her up that afternoon. She spent the weekend with him and her stepsister. I was a bit jealous, but also happy to have some time with my mother, just us. Now I I know for certain that someone was in the backyard that night. And since Diane was at her father's, it must have been Marie. What was she doing out there? Maybe...
Kayak ada lagi nggak?
Marie told us she'd take care of the birds, so we went back to playing. I never saw it again. And when I asked what happened, she said it just flew away. I was so relieved. Back then, Marie wasn't very well known, but she was hardworking. She had just started a series on birds, actually. They were all over the house. She considered them a symbol. A postmodern symbol of anti-anthropique lavetir. Classique Marie.
Okay. Kayaknya udah ya. Ada itu tulisan.
Do you recognize it? This is the mobile that Marie made me before I was born. It's exquisite and delicate. I loved it. And you did too. I think I still have it in a box somewhere.
Aku balik lagi.
The nest was high up in the tree, but the wind blew it down. The bird was obviously young. It was a big fall. It must have been badly hurt. I didn't realize it at the time. Marie was always quite passionate about birds. So I suggested we keep this one as a pet once it got better. I could already imagine it. A beautiful cage tucked in the corner of the studio. She got so mad. At the time, I didn't understand why she reacted like that. But now...
Pelan-pelan ya. Takut ada tulisan.
Maybe Marie killed the bird. That's what she was doing out there in the middle of the night, burying it in secret. And it might sound strange, but I also understand why she did it.
Ini sih nggak tulisan lagi kah? Ada tulisan lagi nggak? Kill
Marie
nothing.
is really an astonishing person, you know. She's usually hard, but also she could be vulnerable sometimes. She couldn't stand seeing the bird injured. She knew it would never recover. It was too weak. I remember she said, "Not being able to fly, that's no life for a bird." She thought it would be better off dead. She could have just abandoned it, let things run their course. But I don't think she did. I think she killed it with
Okay.
her own hands. It sounds cruel, doesn't it? But that's just Marie. That's her outlook on life. She's all or nothing.
Okay. Udah kita flashback.
What I need to know is, what would your mother want?
I'm not ducking out. Not this time. After all, isn't this what Marie wanted?
I think...
My legs are shaking. Maybe I'm having another turn. I think I need a sugary drink.
Understood.
Do you need anything?
Kayak game flashback gitu ya.
Well, I need more coffee. But if I drink another one, my stomach's going to declare war on the rest of me.
I just can't speak on my mom's behalf. One thing's for sure, she's a radical. She's all or nothing, all the time.
I understand. It's hard to contemplate the idea of living with a disability.
It's not that, not at all. If we were talking about me or someone else, I would say it's gonna be fine. You adapt. People do it all the time. They have to. Life's too important. I would say that. She wouldn't. I'm not sure that answers your question.
She certainly comes across as rather forthright.
You don't say.
You don't say.
I've seen her on TV a couple of times. My father loves her. She's an extraordinary artist. In her interviews, she's so impressive, fierce even. It must be quite something to be the daughter of someone so talented.
I've heard this one before. That's a polite way to say, it can't be easy to have a nutcase for a mother. Yes, it's quite an experience. Doctor, do we know why? Why this happened? We were just having dinner last night. She was fine.
There could be a lot of factors. Family history, hypertension, alcohol consumption.
I did have a pretty severe hangover this morning.
Even past trauma, like a historic head injury. It's hard to say right now.
Ah.
All right, Miss Demange, I'll give you time to think. Let's speak again in about 2 hours, if that works for you.
Sounds good. Can I see her?
Yes, of course. Let me find out her room number.
I know what I have to do, what I should do. It wasn't that long ago that I could write this kind of scene without breaking a sweat. I step into the room, there'll be tubes everywhere, beeping sounds. The audience will know that it's serious. Then I start bawling my eyes out. I collapse on my mom's bed, pouring out snot from my nose. Or maybe I'll be dignified, stony-faced, standing quietly in the corner. Close up on my face, they'll see I'm suffering deep inside. A single tear rolls down my cheek. That's exactly how it will happen. Or what should happen. There's just one problem.
I have to go in.
I really must. She probably needs me. I don't know why, but I can't open that door.
Kita pulang lagi. Ada yang ngentiin. Siapa nih?
It's always stressful to share an elevator with a stranger. Still, it could be worse. Hey, June. I could have to share it with my sister.
Sisternya.
Okay, I'm kidding. We love each other. Love giving each other a hard time. Okay, I love giving her a hard time. For instance.
Hey, Dididoo.
Hey, Dididoo. Nothing?
I haven't eaten yet. My blood sugar's low, okay? Come with me to the cafeteria.
Okay.
But if you utter that stupid nickname one more time, I'll strangle you.
There it is. She had me worried for a sec.
This food looks nasty.
Did you notice? Jan loves being in charge. She wasn't always like that. It started when she was a teenager. Some people get acne. She got authority.
So, how's work?
Scheduling, phone calls, spreadsheets. It's mind-numbing. There's no time to think. That's why I love it so much.
How's your script coming along?
Oh, I never should have told her about it. I guess I had a moment of weakness. I thought she would worry less about me if she knew I was working on something creative. But why did I even think she was worrying about it in the first place? She doesn't seem worried now. Better change the subject. And how are you?
Well, since you ask,
So easy.
I was doing good until yesterday. One of my idiot patients up and groped my ass.
She's a physical therapist, working with professional athletes. She spends her days massaging pretty boys with 2 brain cells and 0 self-control. She's the best in her field, I've heard. All the major soccer clubs are fighting over her. Probably because she has her own story. Oh, Jan, I'm sorry.
Why? It's not my first rodeo. But that pathetic little virgin really pissed me off. Anyway, he has a broken hand now. Good thing he plays soccer, not volleyball.
The worst part is, she's not joking.
In other news, this place is so stressful. Everyone's way too nice.
It is a hospital, Jan.
I know. They should be scowling 24/7. So, how is she?
I haven't been to see her yet.
What are you waiting for? A singing telegram? Sorry, that was uncalled for. This whole situation, it's just a lot.
Yeah? Sounds like there's something else. Something else bothering you?
No, nothing else.
Wanna bet that there's something else?
Well, I guess, I did meet with the doctor this morning. She told me about your deal. Between Mom and you. And, to be honest, I was shocked. Were you going to tell me at some point?
Nobody knows that was easy.
Well, I guess, I did meet with the doctor this morning. She told me about your deal. Between Mom and you. And, to be honest, I was shocked. Were you going to tell me at some point?
Ugh, see? I knew that this whole trusted advocate thing would never fly. The only question is, will she believe me when I tell her I didn't know? Given the state... Are you bitter right now?
Certainly not.
Certainly.
No. I mean,
You are bitter. You're pouting. Look at your fucking face.
enough, okay? Stop it. This isn't the time. I just don't get it.
What is there to get? You know Marie? She's unpredictable.
Wait, you mean you didn't know?
Well, you should see what my signature looks like on the form.
She's the worst. Why would she do that?
I have no idea. I guess she thought it made sense since I handled the rest of her paperwork. Unless she thought I was a perfect fit since I'm a Libra with Pisces rising or whatever.
All right, but still, it's a big responsibility. And it's a bit weird to ask you, of all people, to make that decision.
What am I supposed to do? Scream in the middle of the hospital cafeteria? What's that supposed to mean? I swear, if she brings up the...
You know what I mean.
I don't think I do.
You can be pretty clumsy. You can't cook a meal without setting the house on fire.
Et voilà. I'm never going to live that down, am I?
Depends. Have you figured out a safe way to brown-baked Alaska yet?
Whatever. This isn't the time to rehash all that.
Really, I don't get it. This is so important. Why would she trust you over me?
All right, I've had enough. You know what? You're right. Only an idiot would trust me.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, here it comes. You're the reliable one, aren't you? The one people can always count on.
What are you talking about?
Ugh, I'm out of here. I'd probably just trip over her ventilator or something. Wouldn't want that to happen now, would we?
You're being ridiculous, you know. Please, sit down. I didn't mean to upset you.
Oh, you didn't? Well, you got that wrong. Ugh. Well, that was embarrassing, wasn't it? I just can't help it. So Mom wrote my name instead of hers on a worthless paper. What does it matter? Dan and I are stuck in this stupid competition. I hate it, but I feel I can't escape it.
Oke, kita flashback lagi.
Of course I'd remember that day. My infamous 25th birthday. The day we met Diane's girlfriend. The day we danced a little, ate a little, and drank too much. But most of all, the day everyone went home early because I set the kitchen on fire while making dessert.
Dia ngebakar rumah
There's
sendiri.
plenty about that night I never told Diane.
Dia masih
I wasn't expecting Marie to have a present for me, and yet she remembered. I'll be honest, I was super happy. But as usual with Marie, things couldn't just be nice. I hope you like it because it costs me a fortune. That's what she said when she handed me the bottle. She could afford it too. She wasn't world famous yet, but her career was taking off. And with that, her taste became more and more luxurious. Me? Oh, I was light years away from all of that. I hate whiskey. I hated it then, I hate it now. That's how it works with Marie. Even when she does something for Diane and I, in the end, it's always about her. It was the first time Diane introduced us to her girlfriend. Her very first girlfriend. She didn't make a big deal of it. She didn't even tell me that she would have a guest. But I knew it was important to her. And neither Marie nor myself reacted appropriately. She rushed over to hug them both. I don't think I'd ever seen my mother so excited. Then she congratulated Diane for her rejection of patriarchally mandated heteronormativity. Diane didn't say anything, but I could see she was upset. Her intimacy had just been reduced to activism somehow, and I wasn't there to support her. I was furious. It's stupid, I know, but I wanted to enjoy my party. And she showed up with something important to share. All of a sudden, my 25th birthday seemed trite, unimportant. Her girlfriend was called Sasha. She was nice, intuitive, smart, and very pretty. I was quite reluctant to organize this party. It was the last birthday I would celebrate at Marie's. Your dad and I were about to move in together. So I wanted to make it special, to impress my mother, earn her respect, maybe even her admiration. But that would only happen if everything were perfect.